Yo, can you imagine a Star Ocean Alliance raid? Oh, I feel like that's doable now. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loperids. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some few may still come hither seeking counsel, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. If thou art needed elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alisae. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. I could go myself, but we both know whose help she'll less like to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing until later.
Zordia, what are you doing out here? Now, I don't mind if you help the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get these to Aporia. Time is short, of course, but they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alphinaud should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. I can't shake the feeling that there are more of these than when I started. Did I pick up an additional crate somewhere? Oh, you're helping with crates. Wonderful. You can put that there with the others.
Have my gratitude, but how did you come to be involved in this? Then I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. Turns out that this is a base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. Oh?
That should be everything. You carried all of that at once. Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look, and not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know we finished.
Theopolden is in the courtyard. We can report to him.
Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting.
I was like,
I keep thinking that I've seen him elsewhere, but I cannot for the life of me remember when.
Who? Theopolden? Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you?
We brought samples from Sharlayan Hamlet. Series 110? The crates are by the entrance.
Thank you. I had expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Fortunaud's children, are you not?
Alphinaud and Alisae at your service. You're well acquainted with father, I take it.
Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studio. I remember when you were yay high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly, it's been quite some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again, wielding your father's nolits, no less.
You knew our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray spare no detail.
I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork are want for submission.
We can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course.
Aw, this is so cute. Very well then. There happens to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? You will find a forum representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind Alphinaud and Alisae. I'm certain they will be back soon enough. Are you not one of the Scions of the 7th Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether Burner. Theopolden's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents in my hands, at least. As for your other task, pray keep this between us. But I sincerely hope you Scions succeed. The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, and so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Sharlayan has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy, indeed, if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needed to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment.
We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note.
You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your own swaddling clothes and...
That is quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we'd asked to hear, not to reiterate.
Cute. Of course. I've known your father for so long. I must have something... Well, as you know, part of why the level your name garners such respect in Sharlayan is your family's storied history. You too can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard Nyankrep's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I've never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. 'Tis why Nyumkref's pronouncement, renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason, has ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Archon Louis Sois looked not to Nyumkref's words, but his deeds. He asserted in defiance of his peers that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy, and the fall of civilization that led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to his doom.
There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence.
You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louis Sois lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Sharlayan or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunaud could not reconcile Louis Sois' deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently. It made a pariah of his father. Fortunaud agonized over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father! A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? Gods know Fortunaud's a cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. Aww, you should have seen him when you were born, barely recognizable. He was, with a kind of dumbfounded grin I'd not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. Aww! He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. Oh, cute. Hard to believe, but understandable. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that a given action is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree.
I'll say.
Thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Aww. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the forum on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Hail, you three!
Oh! Graha, surely Kokol hasn't driven you out of the forge already.
For better or worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Unfortunately, Alisae and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as it is.
What about you, Zordia? Can you spare the time?
Of course. Perfect, this shouldn't take long.
Let go with Graha!
'Tis strange to hear father spoken in such a way, but I suppose he would find your view of me no less odd.
Much as I'd like to press Theopolden for more revealing tidbits, we should be getting back to our tasks.
In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Kokol wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Kokol's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of aether being funneled to his furnaces. The flow of fire-aspected aether in Labyrinthos is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part, then. We'll see you in Sharlayan Hamlet once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way, then. The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire aether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water-aspected aether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this is to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself, trust me. Can I ask that you put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you little trouble, I'm sure. Did everything go smoothly out here? Thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. And the water aether appears to be venting properly. I expect Kokol will have seen a difference in his forged flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you, and only you, have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world. Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alag's empire, to encompass the heavens and the stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. Right, Fandaniel. I believe he had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. Yeah, because it wasn't until Emmet, unlocked those memories. He only joined the Scions once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition towards which they are inclined? I could definitely see this. It's like your innate nature, maybe. We know with relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alag that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Zandi. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. Damn. In facilitating Zande's return, Amon provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. So depending on where it's the society that shapes the mind, or would have, had not Zande been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Damn. That's literally what all the world's... Jeez. Basically, in both lifetimes, Hermes... The people that mattered, that he was looking to answers for, came up with the same conclusion. That's actually really sad. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with new purpose. That makes sense. He would have still wanted... That's crazy. Because Hermes doesn't remember what he did. Memory. Jeez. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. Right, because Alec was kinda... They were crazy. And both of them sought that meaning, that hope in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. It's a good theory, Graha! Ultimately, it is the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet, to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, the promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting on? I did thoroughly brief Coco on refined adamantite's history. I only volunteered to go to the reactor because I was finished and there was little else to do. Hopefully that dispels any misapprehensions that I was kicked out for prattling on. I never thought you were kicked out, Graha. Whew, I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do. Less you can conjure up that refined adamantite any faster. I do trust you to deliver on your promise, I do. Only... I hate waiting! I want that adamantite and I want it now! We, share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish the sitting about's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone, I've mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose we should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in the Sharlayan hamlet anon. Oh? Happy music? Okay, happy music. Yay, happy music is good.
あら、あなたも手が空いたのかしら。
こっちもやれそうな仕事は片付けてきたぞ。荷運びやら逃げた動物の捕獲やら役に立ったのかはわからんがな。
Like, what's the worst that can happen? The skies turn red, the ship explodes mid-flight, and everyone dies? What is the worst that can happen?
十分なんじゃない？ここに来て大きな仕事が残ってるようだったら、それはそれでまずそうだし。
いや、人の積み込みはともかく、箱舟そのものの準備は順調そうだったな。あとはエーテルシュクタイルさえどうにかなればって感じだ。
There we go.
ああ、ここに集まってたのか。
レポリットたちへの相談もひとまず落ち着きました。話を聞いて安堵した様子の方もいれば、最後まで調整を続けると息巻いている方もおいででしたよ。
I comfort you, Oriange. I comfort you.
リビングウェイたちもそれぞれの研究者に付き添いたいと言ってくれました。今しがた送り届けてきたところです。
さて、こうなるとエクスアダマントを待つばかりだが。
Are they here?
アルフィノ君聞こえる？こちらクルルよ。
Hey, Kryle!
お待ちかねの品が届いたわ。至急みんなと一緒に地上に上がって港へ来て。
Hey! Already? That was fast.
噂をすればだ。行ってみよ
う。Yay!
古城様、お忙しいところ失礼します。緊急のご報告が。
Oh no. Oh.
それが、なんというか、自身の港が大変なことになっておりまして。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't let this be a facepalm moment.
すみません、ちょっと通ります。これは。
Yo! Hey! Hey! Oh my gosh, the ship!
だから困りますってば。許可もなくこんなに荷物を持ち込まれては。
Yeah.
すごい。
The end of the world, man.
まさかこれ全部？
Hey! Yo! Kate sits here too! Dude!
なんじゃこりゃ。ここにいる全員、あの海賊船も飛空艇も荷物を届けに来た連中だってのか。
I mean, you asked.
よう、待たせ
Yo,
た
it's
な。
the card.
依頼の品、き
Aw.
っちりお届けに上がったぜ。見た感じ、うちが一番大量だな。
So is this the bigger version of the one we got earlier in the expansion?
そりゃグリダニアとウルダハの分も預かってるからだろう。威張るなよな。
Emmanuelane, please. Please, Emmanuelane.
ああ、負け惜しみか。つうかお前、本当にダラガブ編まで行ったのかよ。
おお、入り口まで行ったぞ。あとはつてをたどってこういうお宝探索の専門家空賊たちに話を持って行ったりしたな。
I know you think that's a flex, but
ま、適材適所だな。あんなやべえ場所にボンクラ貴族を連れてってもおもりしきれねえし。
何を
やるか。
負けるからやりません。
Sorban!
んご無沙汰しております。
ハンコック殿、そろばんまでどうして？
Hey,
いや
I
何
love this music.
東方連合が集めた神器やアラグの巻その他もろもろ心づけを代表してお持ちしたのです。
おいらも神器のお届けに来たんだよ。博識の千里がおやつを求めてクガネに行った時、たまたまハンコックがその話をしてるのを聞いたそうでさ。
I'm laughing too, I'm smiling too
みんなで
much.
相談して秘蔵の神器天然の愛と鳳凰丸を貸すことにしたんだよ。
Hey! Yo! Even Tenzin's legendary blade. Yo! Yo!
けど特に朱雀と清流が心配しちゃってさ、渡すまでついてくるって言うから近場にいて信頼できる海賊衆に託そうとしたんだ。
Wait, but aren't these things gonna be like melted and stuff? Aren't we gonna like destroy a very good, like, an artifact?
そしたらそこにハンコックもいてさ、よかったって思ったんだけど、清流が今度はちゃんと見届けるまで帰ってくるなって。
そういうのをもろもろ集めた結果かなりの量になりまして、
Prima
加
Vista!
えて一刻も早くとのことでしたので、
Is it
知
the
人
Prima
の
Vista?
素晴らしい船に乗せていただいた次第です。劇団マジェスティックの皆さんがあなたによろしくと、光の戦士の冒険譚に再び劇場艇が出てくるとは光栄だと喜んでおられましたよ。
しかし、それだけ多くの神器や巻を集めたとなると多額の費用がかかったのではないだろうか。
もしや後から請求されることを案じてますね。
He's actually thinking about the Whoa! Yo! Alfie!
しか
Learning
し
from
ご
past
心配な
mistakes.
く、東アルデナード商会としましてはロロリト会長の指示のもと将来も見据えて悪くないようにやっておりますのでね。加えて暁からはすでに資金提供を受けております。それを使って揃えてきた品々ですから正真正銘皆さんの戦利品です。
Wait, we funded it?
すでに資金提供？それは
Does Tacharu know this? Did Tacharu do this? Oh my gosh.
私をケチなだけの金庫番だとお思いでしたか？
Tacharu!
必要な時にはドドーンと投資する。そのために日頃の節制と内職があるのです。
Oh my gosh. Tacharu for the win.
それだけではありません。今回は超強力なパトロンが力添えをしてくださいました。
Oh, who? I'm trying to think of all the rich people that we
暁
know.
の設立当初、まだ資金の乏しい冬の時代、そんな頃からこっそり支援してくださったこのお方。
Oh!
って、
Oh! Of course she did.
アミリアンス
Unfortunate.
あら、私はあくまで中立よ。けれど、あなたが頑張って用意してくれている箱舟にもうちの金庫を乗せたりはできないでしょ。
Oh my gosh, I love that. The poetry. That, yo. The best. Literal best.
だったら開けてしまってもいいかなって。使えるうちに使ってこそのお金だもの。
She's not wrong. She's not wrong, yo. Teeny tiny toy boat. Best mom. I almost spit out my water. I almost spit. Aww.
しかしこれだけの短時間によく連携が取れたな。派遣団に参加していた連中以外にも随分広まってるようだが。
そこはほら、
私にもつてがあるって言ったでしょ。
Oh? Hey, Erenville!
エレンビル、あなたがクルルと組んでたの？
I really like Erenville. Erenville's great.
オタクらとラビリンソスで別れた後、改めてこのお嬢ちゃんから手紙をもらったんだよ。
Hey.
暁が何を目的としてるか、それから世界中を飛び回ってるグリーナーの足と連絡網をいざって時には貸してほしいってな。俺らにシャーレアンを裏切るつもりはない。これまで命じられてきた収集が月へ知識を運び出すためだったってのもまあいい。
I mean, his wife literally paid for this. So, like, you're fine, Erenville. You're fine. You're literally fine.
だがな、俺らは自分で集めたからこそ知ってるんだ。この星にはまだまだ道がたくさんあるってことを。
True.
だから終末と抗う道を探してる暁に手を貸した。もっとも人使いの荒さにかけてはオタクらと同じくらいだったけどな。てなわけでグリーナーズギルドシップが総力を挙げて連れてきたぜ。
Hey!
これが最後の助っ人たちだ。
Erenville! Hey! Oh, little... Oh my gosh, everyone's here!
よう、宇宙を行く船を作ってるんだって。
Oh my gosh, Sid, that
これまで
reference
我が
though.
社を散々巻き込んできたんだ。そんな面白そうな案件にだけのけ者ってことはないよね。
シド、みんな。
I need to breathe, I'm not
ガーロ
breathing.
ンドアイアンワークス参上だ。集まった素材を箱舟に組み込む役目。
What are we gonna name it this
俺た
time?
ちにも手伝わせてくれ。おっと、もう一つ伝えなきゃならないことがあった。ここに来る前、ウェ
Yo!
ルリトのガイウスのところに寄っ
What
て
did
きた
Gaia
な。
send us? Oh my gosh, this is great.
ワレンスがアルテマウェポン研究のために溜め込んでたアラグの薪を預かってきた。見たところ少量だが X アダマントが使われてる。
Man, I'm glad I did all the stuff. Stuff!
ガイウスが暁に対して送れるどんな言葉よりも誠実な謝罪で支援だろうよ。受け取ってやってくれ。
Oh?
私たちはク
Yo,
ルルさんから要請を受け
Harry.
てモードナのダラガブ編へ向かいました。
Nice.
とはいえかの防衛機構を相手取るとなると暁の残存メンバーだけでは厳しいものがある。
Aw. But?
そこへグリーナーの呼びかけによってイデルシャイアのトレジャーハンターたちが駆けつけてくれたのです。
Oh, everyone chipped in.
その一団の中には多くのゴブリン族の姿もありました。
Hey, the Gobby flock, the Gobbies!
イデルシャイアを仕切るスローフィクス氏が
Slowfix!
以前五族女のラウンドロックスが受けた恩に報いるとして一味を率いてきてくれたのです。アラグの防衛機構対ゴブリン族の機構兵器、爆発やまぬあの熱い戦いを皆さんにもお見せしたかったくらいですよ。
Aw, the Gobby booms. I like that Alpha is here as well. Alpha and Omega. Well,
で
Minion
お前は
Omega.
どうした？分身とはいえ週末の最中にお前が来たんだ。野暮用じゃなさそうだが。
Dude, this is so cool. This is so cool.
まずは君たちにお礼を。ガレマルドに向かった者たちを助けてくれたこと心より感謝申し上げる。
Aww. Freetra.
島を離れる決断をしたとはいえ彼らは大切なラザハンの民だ。救い出された者がいて本当によかった。
Aww.
加えて君たちは終末に抗うことを諦めていないという。ならばこの星の一員として協力をさせてもらいたい。
Aww.
以前我が父の話をしたのを覚えているだろうか。フソミドガルゾールムは星渡る竜だった。
Right. He
そ
said,
の鱗は生涯の薄いエーテルさえもよく捉え長く遠くへと渡る力に変えたという。故に君たちが星渡る船を作るというのなら父の鱗を託してはどうかと考えた。
Oh?
アジュダヤからはいつものことだが返事がなかった。
Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, wait, what? We get dragons?
ティアマットはよしと言った。 フレースベルグも彼方からよしと返してくれた。
Okay.
もって父もひとときまどろみから浮き上がり私に告げた。で
Aww.
はそうするがよいと。
He was like sleeping. Sure. Whatever. Just do it. I'm sleeping.
だから私は源流の鱗を持ってきた。君たちが望む結末へと踏み出す力として使ってほしい。
What? Wait.
竜の鱗を組み込むにあたっては私たちがサポートをさせてもらうね。五根の霊輪を作った時の経験が
Yes.
活かせると思うんだ。
Happy to have you, Nadana.
なんてこったい。奇跡でも起きたってのか。
Aww.
改めて見ないと正しいことは言えねえが、これだけの素材があれば 6% の壁なんざたやすく飛び越えられる。それどころかもっと遠い星までだって行けちまいそうだ。できるぞ、最高のエーテル式退路が。
I like him. I like him a lot.
他ならぬククロ氏がこう言っているのだ。暁は取引の条件を満たしたと
There we go. There we
認め
go.
てやるべきではないかね。
Oh, come on, please, Fortuno. Oh god, come on, Fortuno. See- Hug them. Hug them. Hug them.
お父様。
I'm
お前
proud
た
of
ち
you.
がハイデリンに何を求めているのかはわからない。箱舟をどう使いたいと考えているのかもな。
I don't think you'd be able to handle the truth, honestly.
いずれにせよ、この局面でそれらに関与することは人の存亡、星の命運を左右するに等しいだろう。多くの命を巻き込むことになる。しくじれば叱責どころで済みやしまい。その責任を負う覚悟はあるのか。
Yes, we are very much prepared, bruh. Thank you for catching up. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, Fortuno.
はい。すべての出会いが私の語る世界に中身をくれました。その上で私は世界を救いたいのです。
Come on. Oh, wait. Oh, he did it. Wait.
ならば私も共に背負おう。お前たちがこれからなすことの責任を家族として分かち合わせてほしい。
Oh, hug. Say I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Do it. Hug them. Hug them.
お前たちが生まれた時、あ
Oh.
の小さな手がこの指を握った時に言い知れないほどの愛しさとまばゆい幸せ、それから怒りにも似た激しい決意がこみ上げてきたのだ。
Oh.
私はすでに哲学者議会の一員で終末の予言を知っていた。そんなものにお前たちの未来を奪われたくはなかった。
Talk about it as family. As a family.
私は月への脱出計画を推し進めてきた。何を切り捨て誰に疎まれても構わなかった。それは父ルイゾワだ。父はシャーレヤンの使命に対し異なる考え方を持っていた。その考え方を父自身を私は大人になるにつれ愚かだと感じるようになっていた。だからお前たちが父と親しくすることをあえて止めはしなかったのだ。
Aww.
しかし父は果てた。
Aww.
家族とは何ら関係のない冬季カルテノーの地で
I mean, that makes sense.
北洋へと飛来した高速艦を引き上げながら私は再び決意した。自分がお前たちを守らねば。そのために今度こそ障害となる全てを切り捨てようと。
Overprotective father, but I understand. That's understandable.
たとえそれがお前たち自身の意志であってもだ。
お前たちからどれほど憎まれようが、とにかく計画を進め、最後には無理やりにでも連れて行けばいい。そう考えていた。だが浅はかだったな。お前たちは私が思っているよりずっと多くのことを学び、自分たちの足で求める方へと歩き始めていたようだ。私ばかりが守らねばと思っていたが、お前たちはもう守りたいと願う側にいるのだな。
Oh, I love this so much.
そうよ。見つけたの。大切なもの、大切な人たち、たくさんのかけがえのないもの。
それを知るまでの道のりは平坦ではなかっただろうに。
Oh, they've gone through a lot.
ここまで歩いてきたものだ。
I'm proud of them
すべてが無事に終わったらきっとお話ししましょう。私たちが見て聞いて感じて考えたことを、この厳しくも素晴らしい世界のことを。
あら大変。古篠さんは2人からの手紙だってハラハラしちゃって読めなかったのよ。
She ratting him out.
旅のお話なんて聞いたらどうなってしまうのかしら。
Oh, best mom ever.
アメリアンス。
I love them. Oh, this family, protect this family at all costs. Protect this family at all costs.
君たちにも度重なる非礼をお詫びせねばならない。
Oh, this song is the best. This piano. My favorite part of the song. Hold on. That part's my favorite. Sorry.
率直に言うと、アルヒノとアリゼイが危険を冒すのは暁のせいではないかと考えていた。特に君のことは。
Yeah, that's why you kind of like.
だが、
2
人が多くの出会いを果たし、今ここに大勢が集っているのも君あっての結果なのだろう。
Yeah, you can't deny it now. You can't deny. Look at these people, these amazing people. I'm kind of sad that Nero didn't have a speaking line.
ならばどうかこれからも二人のことをよろしく頼む。
じゃあまずはこの場を動かさないとだな。みんな指示を待ってるみたいだぞ。
I feel like they've been confused since the very moment.
ひとまず君から一声かけてはくれないか。君を慕ってきているものも多いだろうからね。
Hey, okay. What should I say? I swear if it's Kupo, I'm gonna... I swear. Hey, the music! Let us restrain. Our moment of triumph is close at hand! With me! Oh gosh. I'm like, which one? Our moment of triumph is close at hand! Oh, I love this. Everyone's here.
では、これより順次誘導をさせていただく。皆の尽力に感謝を。そして今しばらくご協力いただきたい。
Time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Lee sent a letter along with Gridania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid in their adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as was getting into the Dalamud shard, as was reaching its depths. I suspect she will have few kind words to say about the Alligans when next we meet. Unaided, we Scions could never have gathered such a bounty, refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. If I never see another crate again, it will be too soon. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the ironworks do with the ship. Hey!
My throat hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos, but that only proves we got our money's worth.
I apologize for not informing you earlier of Ernville's involvement. He was something of a contingency plan.
Thank goodness we had him and his fellow gleaners to hand, though.
It would have been monstrously difficult to locate Sid and transport the Hanish delegation here otherwise. I love this. I had no idea how massive a weight it was until he lifted it off my shoulders. More importantly, his words were an affirmation that the path we walk is the right one. Come what may, I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Hydaelyn may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we are ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the forum's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We are off to Aporia, then. Zordi, I've already shown the others inside. You will want to speak with Chlorelaine. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos and its most closely guarded secret, Thalmazine. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Yo, these doors look amazing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is this the ship at the beginning? This is the ship at the beginning. In the title screen, it's the triangle thing. Is it the triangle thing? It has to be the triangle thing. In the title. Yeah, it's a triangle thing. The moon and the triangle thing. Is it Star Ocean? I bid you welcome to Thalmazine. Direct your attention toward its center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. As you can see, 'twas designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The Aether Burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I have received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. I mean, you have me. She's been waiting for me. You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. It would seem enchantments, most advanced, have been woven into the ship's very bones. Wilfson and Blowida were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. Why am I mad? Because I said that this was going to be my last quest. Remember when you had the chance to stop in the other part of Labyrinthos before an hour of cutscenes that gave you the feels? I know, Frizz, I know. But this is a good place to stop. I'm just sad. It was the Alligans who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into a revolutionary discipline. Given that the ship is nothing short of a technological marvel in that precise vein, elegant salvage should suit it well. I doubt this is what Erenville meant when he said there remains much we do not know, but I still can't believe everything that was hidden underneath the city this time. If meeting Hydaelyn proves difficult even for the Forum, then perhaps Oh, 'tis an uninformed idea at this phase, I'm afraid. I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. We must learn of Hydaelyn's greater plan. We can only hope that she also knows the current location of Meteion. I can well imagine the zeal with which we're working on the Aether Burner. And all I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do other than get in their way. Once it's ready, we'll see to it that the ship is put to good use. To think how many generations labored for this end, and that we aim higher still. We must spare no preparation. That means speaking with Hydaelyn, no matter the cost. I have done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? I can fly.
into my world.